Secretary, are you ready? Ready na? Okay, so session resumed. Well, Secretary De Los Reyes, we called for you because Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago reminded us that we could pursue the agrarian reform aspect of that property in Rosario, Batangas. So maraming katanungan doon. Is that tract of land covered by the agrarian reform? What happened? How come? My personal impression is that there seems to be like a reverse CARP because carpable land has been consolidated instead of subdivided. So can you give us a report on what you have done in relation to the Rosario Batangas property?
Yes, sir. In fact, I have a PowerPoint presentation. If it
Go
can
ahead,
be
sir.
flashed. There are really two issues that we're looking at here, sir. One is on land use, and the other one is on transfers. In the case of land use, we're looking at two elements here, the premature conversion or the illegal conversion. There's a slight difference here, Your Honor, because premature conversion is based on Section 11 of RA number 8435, otherwise known as the Agriculture, Fisheries, and Modernization Act. The AFMA defines premature conversion as development activity. Next slide, please. Next slide. Next. As development activity that modifies, alters physical characteristics of land, making it suitable for non-agricultural purposes. And in the case of illegal conversion, which is under RA 6657 as amended, Your Honors, there's a first type, which is modify land use with intent to avoid CARP. Now, the elements of the first type, Your Honor, is what becomes problematic in any investigation or prosecution because of the intent to avoid CARP element. The second type, Your Honors, is the change of nature of land outside urban or city area. So these are the two provisions in law that will cover any issue on land use. And can you please click the next? And here, Your Honors, are the penalties. In the premature conversion, there's a penalty of 2 to 6 years, and or fine amounting to 100% of government cost. And the government cost here, Your Honors, contemplates issues when government has rural infrastructure dedicated for agricultural use of the land. There is also an accessory penalty, which is forfeiture of the land. So that if there is any person or owner who is guilty of premature conversion under the AFMA, there can be forfeiture of the land as an accessory penalty in the criminal proceeding. In the illegal conversion, Your Honor, it's 6 years and 1 day to 12 years, and a fine of 200,000 to a 1 million peso fine. So these are the penalties. If you will note, Your Honor, there is no forfeiture clause in the RA 6657. RA 8435 is a later law. And aside from the criminal, there is also an administrative sanctions here. There's a forfeiture of a bond, which is a bond is filed upon filing of an application for conversion. And if the applicant prematurely develops or illegally converts the land subject of an application, there is a forfeiture. There is also a blacklisting of developer, and there can be also a denial of the land use conversion application or the cancellation of the land use conversion clearance. So this is the these are the provisions of law, Your Honor, and the administrative orders currently in place on land use. The second aspect, Your Honors, is the issue of transfers. The rules or the laws that we have on transfers are found in RA 6657, and here we differentiate the nature of the land. These are both agricultural lands, but the differentiation, Your Honors, is that the land which is not CARP covered or not yet distributed. Land can be agricultural but not CARP covered if the land is below 5 hectares, subject of retention, and that's why it is not covered, or the slope is 18% or over, or other rules for exemption. And the act penalizes the sale, transfer, conveyance of these lands which are outside urban or city areas. In the case of CARP-covered lands, or those which are distributed, has been the subject of an EP or a CLOA, there can be a sale, transfer, both of ownership and rights, including use of rock, plus intent to circumvent CARL. And the sale or transfer of ownership under Section 27 of RA 6657, the penalty, Your Honors, here, next slide please, pakipindot yan. The penalty in agricultural land is 6 years and 1 day to 12 years and or 200,000 to 1 million peso fine. If you notice, Your Honor, the 6 years and 1 day is found in Section 70 onwards. The distributed land, in the case of lease, you need the clearance of the park upon recommendation of the Provincial Agrarian Reform Committee, and the penalty here is 3 years, 1 day, and 6 years, or 50,000 to 100,000 peso fine. So these are the provisions of law and Your Honors on transfers of land. Next slide, please. In the case of the municipality of Rosario, Batangas, next slide. Next. Okay, this is the map of Rosario, Your Honors. Please continue pressing. We looked at 6 barangays because the 6 barangays, are all around Barangay Maligaya. And so we took the 6 barangays around it. And the total area of Rosario, Your Honors, is 22,343 hectares. The land area of the 6 barangays is 2,711 hectares. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Okay. In the entire, with the land area of 22,000 hectares, Your Honor, the CARP working scope, or which means the land which is identified to be part of CARP in the entire Rosario, is only 3,818 hectares. Rosario and most of eastern Batangas, Your Honors, are mostly land holdings which are small. There are no large agricultural estates, unlike western Batangas. Next slide. Next. Okay. Of the 6 barangays, there's a CARP. There's a land area of 2,711. There's a CARP working scope of 632.43. The only balance we have is 1.5 hectares in that entire 6 barangays. Next slide. And here, Your Honors, these are the 6 barangays, and this is the breakdown of the CARP covered land and the CARP working scope in each barangay. The biggest, Your Honors, is in Barangay Mabato, which is 308, in Bayawang, followed by Bayawang, and then followed by Mayuro. The codes that you see on the bottom, CA refers to compulsory acquisition, GOL is government-owned land, OLT is PD27 emancipation patents, and then VLT is the voluntary land transfer. So this is the breakdown, and the only balance, like I said earlier, is only 1.5 hectares more. Next slide, please. Next. Now, this is the verification of the EP CLO holders which are mentioned in these hearings and also in the news reports. These are the names of the CLO holders and the sizes of the land that are in their names, which came out in various news reports and also in this hearing of this honorable committee. These land holdings now are the subject of verification with the Register of Deeds because the DAR does not have a record. It's not the keeper of the records when land is transferred. It will be the Register of Deeds. So this is the coming out of our CLO information system, and we have requested the Register of Deeds of that place to tell us whether any of these particular parcels of land have been transferred. We are awaiting the report now of the Register of Deeds. Next slide, please. Now, there are also conversions, exclusions, exemptions, or transfer clearances in these particular parcels of land. Now, you will note here, Your Honor, that in the municipality of Rosario, these are for the entire 22,000 hectares, these are the applications and these are the approvals of the different modes of excluding something from CARP coverage. You notice, Your Honors, that in the entire Rosario, there's been 220 in conversion, but only 122 was approved in exemption, and exclusion 110, same number as approved in exemption, 670, but 526
Hectares.
hectares, Your Honors. Sorry. The clearances for non-EPIC LOA is 660, and 660 have been approved. Clearances for EPIC LOA 282. What has been approved is 225. Next slide, please. In particular, in the 6 barangays, there are 66 hectares of approved conversion, 20 hectares of exemption or exclusion, clearances for non-EPIC LOA transfers, 106, and for clearances of EPIC LOA that we have 28 hectares. This is focusing on the 6 barangays, Your Honors. Next slide, please. And now, on the clearances, we found a clearance filed by Sanchamp. The name of the transferor is Conchita Aklan, married to Quintin Aklan, and the name of the transfer is Sanchamp. And this was done in, the deed of sale was October 7, 2013. The date of clearance was issued May 26. And another one from Aurora Hidalgo, also to Sanchamp. You will note, Your Honors, that the one of the spouses Aklan came from a free patent. The one of Aurora Hidalgo also came from a TCT, but when we looked at the lower portion of the title, it was also originally a free patent. The total area is 3.5 hectares of land that was transferred to Sanchamp. The next steps that we are undertaking, Your Honors, yes, sir.
Total area of 3.5
hectares.
hectares. Approved, John?
Yes, sir. The clearances were transferred.
Thank you.
So on the transfers, we have an ongoing verification with the Register of Deeds for list of current EPs or CLOAs. Just a word on the current EPs and CLOAs, Your Honors. The LRA has digitized the records of the titles which exist or which are current. The previous titles or the canceled titles are still in the process of being digitized by the Register of Deeds and the LRA. So what we are asking the Register of Deeds now is to give us a copy of the current EPs and CLOAs. And if there is anything canceled, then there will be a trace forward of the canceled EPs and CLOAs for us to be able to check whether clearances were secured for this issue of transfers. Next slide. On the land use rules, there's a continuing investigation on possible violations of land use rules. There was, in fact, an ocular inspection investigation that occurred last Friday, which was attended by the Corporate Secretary of Sanchamp. And based on this, there will be additional questions to be asked of Sanchamp and also additional questions to be asked of the pertinent government agencies. So this is what we have done so far, Your Honors.
Meaning to say we will get to the bottom of this.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you were allowed inside the Sanchamp property.
Yes, sir. We issued a notice, and the corporate secretary, who also happens to be a lawyer, was the one who accompanied our inspection team.
So how much time do you need, Mr. Secretary?
Well, based on the report of the inspection team, Your Honors, there will be some more questions that will be asked, and there will be a formal hearing on the land use rules. On the issue of transfers, that will depend on the submission of the Register of Deeds and then a check on our records. Just a caveat, Your Honors, the transfer records that we have of EPs and CLOAs, on the non-EPs and CLOAs, we only have 2010 to 2014. We are backtracking 2010 backwards. The clearances for the EPs and CLOAs, we were able to get from 1988 to 2014 because our records we only started to really digitize the case management system starting 2011 in the department.
Can we request your office to give us periodic reports on what you have done, what you still intend to do, and what have been your findings? Periodic reports, as well as if you come out with a final report, also please give to us, because this subcommittee will communicate with Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago about this issue.
We shall, Your Honor.
And who knows, we can also make your report a part of our subcommittee report on proposed Senate Resolution number 826.
We shall, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Any more questions for the Secretary? Secretary De Los Reyes, you're free to go in case you need to go to your office. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir,
Ah,
bago lang ho sana umalis si Secretary.
meron kang gustong iparinig sa kanya?
Meron lang ho akong
Secretary, meron pong point.
lang ho akong gustong isubmit sa inyo.
Go ahead, sir.
Bago lang ho umalis si Secretary. Sasubmit ko ho sa inyo at kung maaari lang ho,
Page, pakikuha.
pakibasa po ng ating direktor kung ano yung laman ng aking abitabit tungkol po doon sa lupang nakapangalan sa akin. Dahil nabasa ko po, sir, doon sa isang column na nabanggit ninyo na ihimukin ninyo kung i-donate na lang yan o ibalik sa national government. Inaksyonan ko na ho agad yung request nyo. Kaya ho, gusto ko lang hong marinig sanang mabasa yan ng ating direktor habang andito po yung ating DAR Secretary.
Sa inyo to, kayo na po. Vice Mayor, kayo na po. Opo. Tapos, pagkatapos yung basahin ito, yung testimony naman po ninyo, pupunta
Opo.
na tayo ron. Opo.
Ako ho ay gumawa ng deed of undertaking dahil nang mabasa ko ho yung inyong panawagan sa akin. Dahil ito naman ho ay talagang nakapangalan sa akin, pero hindi akin, ayaw naman nilang i-claim na kanila. Kaya ho, dahil sa ako naman ang may-ari ng titulo niyan, based on record, ito ho yung aking sinasabi. I, Ernesto Mercado of Legal Age, resident of 23 Arellano Street, West Rembo, Makati City, having been duly sworn in accordance with law, do hereby depose and state. Number 1, I am a witness in the Senate Blue Ribbon Subcommittee investigation involving the Makati Parking Building 2 and other anomalous transaction of the city government of Makati under the Binay family. Number 2, I allege that proceeds of the overpricing of the Makati Parking Building 2 funded the improvement of 350-hectare property in Rosario, Batangas, the Hacienda Binay. Mr. Antonio Chu of Sam Champ Realty and Development Corporation claimed ownership of the developed portion of the Hacienda Binay covering an area of 150 hectares. Based on news report, I discovered that a portion of the Hacienda Binay within the 150-hectare claim by Antonio Chu is registered under my name. I then recalled that I was previously requested by former Mayor and now Vice President Yajamar Binay to sign document as his nominee to be able to acquire properties in the same area. The area registered under my name is covered by OCT number P-36756 with an area of 42,157 square meter. I have not previously executed any deed of conveyance covering the above-mentioned property to anyone at any time. As proof that I have no beneficial interest in the property registered under my name, and to rectify an injury caused to the interest of landless farmer, I am hereby voluntarily surrendering the said property to the Philippine government through the Department of Agrarian Reform for distribution under the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program. Number 8, I hereby undertake to comply with all the formalities required to effectuate the transfer of the property to the Philippine government. In witness whereof, I hereby affix my signature this 18th day of November 2014 at Makati City. Ito ho pinanotaryo ko kaninang umaga. Notarized po ito, kaya wala pong atrasan nito. So, sa harap po ng ating chairman, nung mabasa ko po yung inyong kahilingan, inaksyonan ko agad at sa harap po ng secretary, tina-turn over ko na po itong aking sworn statement at kung meron po akong kailangang pirmahan dokumento, nakahanda po ako.
Sayang, isang pinapili ko kayo eh. Kung i-donate nyo ba sa DAR o sa LGU. Sayang, wala si Mayor dito, so hindi nyo na-donate kay Mayor sa LGU.
Taga-alala ho kasi rin, baka hindi rin po magamit sa tamang purpose. Samantalang kung sa agrarian ko po ibibigay, nakakasigurado po tayong yung tunay na makikinabang dito ang makikinabang.
Is this, Mr. Secretary? Secretary, is this sufficient? Number 1, can you accept the donation? And is this sufficient? Although may undertaking naman siya that he's willing to execute other documents necessary.
Your Honors, my initial impression is that since he is an OCT with the P, this is a patent. And since he is a free patent, this was granted by the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, which is under also one element of under CARP. So, offhand, Your Honors, I will have to consult our legal department and also with DNR on what happens when a person who filed for a free patent now says that he did not file or this is not really his land. I will have to consult the DNR on this matter because this is technically not under the, again, reform. But that will be subject to verification with the legal department of both
You're here
agencies.
because you're the chosen donee.
Unfortunately, Your Honors, we are not allowed to accept after June 30, 2014 because this would in effect be now a voluntary land transfer or a voluntary offer to sell. And this is done after June 30. But like I said, Your Honor, since this is a free patent,
Sige pa,
CA 141 has not expired.
So, can you communicate with this committee on, because there's a person
Yes, Your
here
Honors.
willing to donate that piece of land under his name.
Mr. Chair. Isang tanong lang po kay Vice Mayor Mercado. Thank you, Mr. Chair, sa inyong suggestion na yon at thank you, Vice Mayor, na agad niyong inaksyonan. Hindi niyo po ito binibenta, no? Ni 5, hindi kayo tatanggap, ibibigay niyo po ito.
Hindi po. Kahit po 5, wala po akong tatanggapin bayad.
At kung hindi pwede sa DAR, kung anuman entity under the Republic of the Philippines, bale, mapupunta sa mamamayan ang lupang ito.
Opo, kung hindi po pwede sa DAR, edi ibibigay ko ho ang desisyon sa chairman ng subcommittee ito na mamili kung sino ang karapat-dapat na
Yes.
mapagbigyan nito.
Kaya ako tinanong yon na Mr. Vice Mayor, Mr. Chairman, ngayon may malaking problema at oportunidad sa committee na to. Kasi sinabi ni Mr. Chu, pag hindi na buo yung 150 hectares, 150 lang ang sinasabi niya, hindi 350, ay hindi matutuloy yung sale. Eh ngayon po, meron 42 hectares, no, more or less. Tama po ba? 4.2 hectares.
4.2 po.
4.2 hectares or 42,000 square meter na hindi binebenta sa kanya. Bagkus ay binibigay sa gobyerno. So one, we will now see whether Mr. Chu is telling the truth and will now rescind at magkakasulian sila ni Mr. Gregorio Laureano. Number two, the government can now test, Secretary, di ba, kung pasukin yung lupa. Kasi if the government now owns the land, Mr. Chu or Mr. Laureano or the Binay family has no right to napadiran yung buong property at isurround yon. No? But as you said, you'll have to check muna kung pwede sa DAR. Eh baka naman kailangan nyo rin ng opisina doon. So hindi ang donation naman niya is not necessarily for agrarian purposes, but to the DAR. But anyway, he has clarified that he's willing to do the formalities. So Mr. Secretary, may we request na kung hindi man sa DNR, baka sa cabinet you can see, no? Kung sa Solgen, no? Kung paano yung donation na to. Kasi gusto natin mapakita sa mamayan na kung nagsasabi talaga ng totoo si Vice Mayor Mercado, ayun, napakalaking lupa, napakahalaga na yun sa area na yon. But I'd also like to see how the government will react. Papasukin ba nila tong lugar na to o totoo bang untouchable ang mga Binays as basta't lugar nila hindi pwedeng napasok, no? So far, naipasok natin yung mga lugar but only upon their consent. But ngayon, kung may-ari na ng lupa ay Republic of the Philippines, there's no reason na hindi tayo papasukin doon. Mr. Secretary, kasama ho ba kayo sa sa inspection?
No, sir.
No, sir. But the DAR personnel were all there.
Yes, sir. The head of our legal in Batangas went with them and she is here in this room.
Thank you very much, Mr.
So, can we give a copy to the Secretary of the deed of undertaking? Give one copy to the Secretary for the study of his legal department. So, any more questions for the Secretary? Wala na. So, Secretary De Los Reyes, thank you for your
Permission to
time.
leave, Your Honor. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Secretary. Executive Director Attorney Santiago, next time we'll schedule another hearing for you. So, Vice Mayor Mercado, you have something to share with this subcommittee?
Naisip ko lang ho i-presenta ito kasi ho kahapon meron pong nagbigay din sa akin ng isang affidavit na isang tao na palagay ko'y mapagsisimula ng ating investigasyon tungkol doon sa ito naman ho talagang hindi lang ngayon pinag-uusapan kundi ito ho pinag-uusapan na talaga ito sa mahabang panahon na sinasabing si Vice President Binay ay mayroong unit sa lahat ng condominium sa Makati. Ang sinasabi ko naman po, hindi naman lahat, siguro mga 60 to 70% lang. Pero
Bago kayo magpatuloy, sir, so yan ang gusto mong pag-usapan. Yan po ang i-share ninyo.
opo, kasi po may
Hindi,
nag-submit sa akin.
kinoconnect ko lang po sa, kasi tulad ng SALN nga, sabi ko pwedeng ibang resolution na yan. Pakinggan muna natin yung author ng Proposed Senate Resolution 826 kung ma-justify ba niya na pasok ito sa subject matter po ng resolution niya.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. In my resolution, I specifically wrote the phrase other related anomalies because we're talking about the different forms of corruption and extortion by the Makati City Hall officials on ordinary businesses and developers trying to put up condominiums. So I believe it won't hurt the subcommittee, Mr. Chairman, if we would just hear first the testimony of Mr. Mercado. Then we can decide later on if it can form part of the subcommittee report, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, with the wisdom of the chairman, in the last hearing, you accepted testimony provisionally, no? And after that hearing, I talked to some lawyers also because mahirap naman magmarunong at nagtanong din ako. And the consensus I gathered is that to prove a pattern, no? Pattern of corruption, or in Tagalog, yung kalakaran. So may I request that provisionally we accept the testimony, and if it will show a pattern of corruption, and of course the corruption has to be linked to the running of the City Hall. Kasi meron corruption na sa labas nun, no? But I heard the word extortion, and it's a urban legend, or it's a myth, or it's a chismis, so however you want to call it, in Makati na bawat galaw ay meron talaga. May hinihingi, may lagayan, etc. So, mabuti nang mailabas to lahat and then ma-prove or ma-disprove. And in fact, Vice Mayor Mercado is putting himself in danger by giving more details, because the more details he gives, the more easy it is to prove kung hindi totoo. Pero kung totoo, at least once and for all, lumabas lahat dito. So with your permission, Mr. Chair, provisionally, we'll accept it provisionally, in my view, no, to establish the pattern of corruption. No?
Involved ba rin dito sa kwento ninyo ang City Engineer's Office?
Involved po, sir.
Kasi kung ganoon, pwede na natin ma-connect, ano? Kasi kasi ang so far ang lumalabas kasi sa investigation natin yung 826, yung other related anomalies, more or less rigged bidding or rigged procuring. But the rigging is being implemented or done by the City Engineer's Office. Kung ma-connect nyo dyan yung City Engineer's Office, then we can look at improvements sa local government code dun sa section or chapter ng City Engineer.